So in reality, this video was going to be about Godot 4.5 Dev 1, but also as soon as I started to record, literally, Godot 4.4.1 release candidate 2 was released. So let's record everything again and do a 2-for-1. Basically, I'm going to explaining these two versions in this video. So let's get started right away with the most important thing, which is of course Godot 4.5 Dev 1. Now, if whenever you are playing your game inside of the editor and you want to mute all audio with this simple button, you are going to be able to do so. Also now, more changes in UIDs. I am not going to explain specifically what UIDs are in this video. You can read more here or even in other videos in the channel. But this basically changes the way in which you, for example, preload the stuff, the way in which you can organize your files, etc. Because now everything has this unique identifier, okay, which as you can see, the path is not human readable. It's not like assets slash images slash icon or whatever. So it doesn't matter where you put, in this case, this Godot icon, this path will always be this one. So this provides this advantage and more others. And well, they are adding more stuff to these UIDs. For example, right now, if you, for example, drag and drop an asset into the script, it should be automatically preloaded with the corresponding UID path. At runtime, now we are also going to be able to select multiple nodes at the first time. These are once again improvements to the game tab that was added in Godot 4.4. Once again, don't worry because we'll download Godot 4.5 Dev 1 and try out all these things inside of the editor. Some optimizations on the TileMapLayer. Previously, for example, when drawing these patterns, basically every single tile would have their own collisions. So you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you can see here hundreds of collisions, but now with this new setting, you're going to be able to optimize your physics collisions much more. There are also other things that are new, but I think that these are the most important ones and the ones that you will actually take advantage of if you are a general Godot user. If you are more a professional advanced Godot developer, maybe you can also read this list because there can be changes that are really interesting for you. So let's now go ahead directly and download this version. So as soon as I open this new version, I can start to see the differences. Because here you can see I am in 4.4, and as you can see the default window size is much bigger. This is 4.4 and this is 4.5. Well, there you can see like a hidden change or a change that was not mentioned maybe or was a little bit hidden, but well, there you have it if you were interested in that. And now let's basically create a new project as we usually do. So let me call this one 4.5 Dev 1. I will just save it over there. And you also have this edit now button, which means if this is enabled, which is the default option, as soon as you click create, you will also open up the project. And if this disabled, okay, you will just kind of create the project, but you're not going to be editing it at the same time. We also have this new edit button here that I think it wasn't before. So let me actually check it here in 4.4. Because we weren't able to edit in recovery mode, at least like from here. Oh yes, we were able. Wow, surprising. I didn't think that was their position, at least. I thought it was like in other window, but whatever. Let's edit this project. And let's start with these things. The first one, which is mute game toggle. So let me download some audio and import it inside of the project. So I just went ahead here in Kenya and downloaded this preview of sound effects. We don't really care about that, so let's go to 2D mode. I will just drag and drop it over there. Well, this is going to create an audio stream player 2D, and I don't want a 2D stream player. I just want the base stream player, and let me put it over there. And what I will do is put it in autoplay and maybe even in loop, just if we need to. So I'm not going to be talking as I play because I think if not, it's going to be quite difficult to understand both things at the same time. But I will just demonstrate it. Okay, so let's run the current scene. And let's wait a couple of seconds because this is taking a little bit of time. Okay, so there we have it. Quite simple. Now about that new thing of UIDs, let me super quickly go ahead and create a new script. Let's say that we wanted to have a new preload variable or whatever. Let's call it a bar, a preview, sound or whatever, literally. And let's just drag and drop this one, and I should be having the UID, but I am not. So maybe I believe that we also have to be typing, be clicking on some key. So let's see if we get some information here. Copy UIDs with Ctrl Shift Alt C, so lots of things. So maybe with Control, if we drag and drop it, yes, okay, it is with Control. So this works the following way. You firstly just drag, okay, this, and before dropping, hold down Control. I am holding down Control as well as left click. I release the left click, and there we have it. And by the way, how did I know this? If you ever find these problems, you can always go to the pull request, and here there are lots of comments about this. So here you can scroll down a little bit and probably find some kind of post, text, comment, whatever that gives you more information about this implementation. Let's now try out this. So for this, let me just drag and drop different icons. Okay, let's run the scene. And we should need to select them. I don't really know how. I believe that we have to go to the 2D mode and then do it like this, and there we go. Okay, now we have all the icons selected, so we can do a variety of things. For example, let's scale them up. There we go. Once again, the bad thing about this is that these changes should also be reflected here on the scene view, but this is something that maybe is implemented soon, probably. But this is a good step, I believe, on the right direction. However, here I'm not able to select them again, I believe, or it doesn't work as it should, maybe. But there it is. They're going to be publishing all these things in the following versions, probably. And once again, for this thing of the tile map, I am not going to be showing you in the editor because I will have to set up a tile map, doing all that. And I believe that the video itself just explains it super well. It reworks the tile map layer so that cells shapes get merged into bigger collision shapes whenever possible. So once again, we save lots of collision shapes. And the only thing that we have to do, it seems, is that we have to go to the physics, and over here there's a physics quadrants or something like that. And the more physics quadrants, I believe, the more collision shapes we will have, or just the opposite. No, the more collision quadrants, yes, the more optimized collisions will be, I believe. So this is it for 4.5. Okay, there isn't many more things. And now in 4.4.1 release candidate 2. This is just a release to try to polish as much as possible Godot 4.4 because it did have some problems. There are only, let's say only 40 improvements, and as you can see, there isn't any highlights. So I believe it is not something that we would take advantage of if we downloaded the project and started something new. This is something that maybe if you were having problems with 4.4.1 or 5.4 itself, these things can really help you. But as far as I have been reading, there isn't anything worth mentioning that for all of you is going to be like a super game changer, okay? So indeed, in 2 days in a row having new versions of Godot, it is something amazing. I believe I'm one of the few creators who is always posting the latest Godot versions. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. See you in the next one, and bye bye.